All right, so we should be live now. For people,
I'm not gonna be able to check that for like 30 seconds.
That's fine.
Okay.
For people in the chat, please respond if you can hear us talking. And
Yes,
for the question on how long we're gonna stream, Dylan has something to do in a couple hours, so we're only gonna stream for like 2 hours. But
Yep, and we're live, by the way. I checked.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Oh, someone already said, Bio, how'd you meet Ebony and Dylan? So.
That's a good question, actually. But it's a very long-winded answer.
No, that's good. We need topics.
Yeah, okay, so welcome, everybody. Today I'm streaming with Ebony the Wingless Mudwing. You can check out her channel in the description. Ebony, please say hi. Ebony, where are you? Oh, there you are.
I'm just not talking. Sorry.
He just leaves us midstream.
And then also joining us is DylanDapperVlogs, and although he's not a Wings of Fire YouTuber, theoretically, he's a good friend of both of ours. And actually, yeah. Ebony's more than friend. Winky, winky.
Shut. Yes, hello everyone. I am here for conversation.
Yeah, so Storm / Dylan will help moderate the chat and help take questions from the audience and things like that, basically. So I guess right now both Ebony and... So Ebony's in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm taking up most of the screen. And we're currently working... I guess we're both working on Kara, the Kara map that Ebony's hosting, but I might switch over later to Blue Jay's Dollhouse map. We'll see.
I think Ebony's doing an animatic that we both did a voiceover for, unless she changed.
It's animatic for, it's an animation for an animation.
Okay, so it's not Kara? I totally thought it was Kara, actually.
It is an ice, but
it's Arctic, but it's for another thing. It's for
okay.
If you remember, do you know the Wings of Fire sequel that I created?
Oh yeah, the Dynasty sequel and like the whole thing with Delta.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like a part. It's non-canon, so it's a part like this is supposed to like happen 4 hours after the events of Runaways, and it's just
spoiling the whole thing.
That's the only thing I'm gonna spoil, okay? And then, so that's all I'm going to give out, but stay tuned because this is probably going to be the next video that comes out.
Oh, awesome.
Multiple spoilers.
I know, I definitely feel like I have this need to be, like, productive. Like, I feel bad because I feel like I need to get videos out as fast as possible.
Here I am, not uploading for 4 weeks. I don't know what my next video is going to be. Okay, back to the question. Bio, how did you meet S2?
Let me try to remember. I know that you randomly messaged me, I think.
I did.
Okay, yep. You messaged me asking, I think, for commission. I can't actually even remember, honestly.
It was a commission, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, it's just a headshot, so sure. But I was kind of like, but I was weirded out because like a lot of people will just try to message me randomly on Discord, and usually they're asking for like a favor or they're asking me to like draw their OC or something, which is like pretty annoying. So I usually like kind of just try to avoid those because it's like very awkward. But yeah, so I remember I was like sus, like I thought you were sus. Because I thought that you would start trying to ask for, like, random favors and whatnot. But then, let me see. Then I think I remember I found Ebony's work because I found her, like, her Deathbringer meme. Or it was a meme / PMV. It was more like an AMV, honestly, than a meme. It was the Deathbringer Killer in the Mirror video that she made, which is pretty good. So Yeah, so I found that and I got like pretty interested in Ebony's animation, and then when her Kara map came out, I like applied for a part, and then like Storm just randomly messaged me being like, "Oh, she squealed with happiness when you."
Oh yeah, we were in voice chat and she like screamed when you applied.
So
It was
then we were
hilarious.
like, so then I was like, oh, so we actually have like mutual respect for each other. So then I started commenting more on Ebony's videos and stuff, and then I don't even know how, but eventually we all ended up in a voice chat together with the three of us, and we decided to start doing streams together. And then I think that's like we did like some test talks before we did streams, and I think that's how we became more like friends, is through actually talking through voice channels.
Instead of just streaming like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Make sure to like and subscribe."
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
If you don't subscribe, I will throw a muffin at you.
That's really interesting. Why would you waste a muffin like that?
That's a threat. Not a waste. It's a threat.
Oh my, so scared.
That's true. Why would you waste a perfectly good muffin like that?
Yeah.
It's not a waste. I told you.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we have any more questions in the chat. Let's see. We have, what app do you use? For both of you, you can answer that if you want.
I'm using Clip Studio Paint right now, but I'm gonna animate this in either Premiere Pro or Adobe After Effects. I'm almost done actually, so hopefully I can put this together in the next week.
That's good. Like, I'm really excited for it because like you've been working on it for. Like,
I know, way too long.
It's really well, not way too long. Just it's really like it's like, you know, just spending a lot of effort on it, and it's good. I mean, and that the map. I'm planning to have the map out like before like somewhere like around Christmas or something.
That would be nice because it's like about Arctic, so like if you put it out in the winter.
It's a Christmas present for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, yeah. Oh, sorry.
So how do you guys stay focused while you're animating, like motivated?
It's very hard, and I feel like I do a terrible job of it.
I mean, you stream for like 2 hours nonstop, so that's pretty good if you ask me.
Well, I think the thing about streaming is that it's like, you know that there's a lot of people watching you, so it's actually like streaming is when I'm my most focused usually, because normally I get distracted because people message me on Discord or like, you know, people talk to me and things like that, so I start like talking to other people. But then like when I'm streaming, I have to be drawing nonstop. Either I'm drawing or I'm talking to my chat, because I'm like, I have to be drawing nonstop, or else like or else it's gonna get boring, right? Like nobody likes going to an art stream and have nothing going on. So yeah, that's why I can be focused while
streaming.
Yeah, while streaming.
Okay, Ebony, how do you stay focused?
I basically I listen to music a lot, and I have to admit that sometimes it is hard to not stay. It is hard to stay focused, considering that sometimes you would just think ahead, like look into the future and be like, oh my god, I still have so much, so many things to do. And I would try to avoid having that mindset, and instead just focusing on like my current frame and how to make it look good. So and also don't, like, if you like want to make sure that you don't get distracted and just turn off like any sort of, like, just don't go on any social media and all that. Just don't.
Yeah, that's really smart. Yeah, because that's exactly how I tend to get distracted, because social media starts intervening, so I just have to not.
When I'm editing, it sucks because I can't listen to music, because music really also does motivate me a lot, like you said.
Oh, yeah, editing, you can't listen to anything, so
I know.
It's hard.
So all of my video production, through that entire process, I can't listen to anything. So it sounds stupid, but that is like one of my main things that I can't get motivation because of. It's really hard to stay focused on editing when there's like Discord and YouTube in the way.
Definitely, yeah, YouTube.
So I usually try to not look at YouTube, or not look at Discord, because YouTube is usually on the same monitor as my editing. But yeah, that's a big distraction for me.
That's a
Let's
smart
see.
thing.
Another question. Well, you guys don't like warriors, do you? A question was Wings of Fire or Warriors Cats, but I'm pretty sure all of you are gonna.
I
choose Wings of Fire.
like. I mean, I like warriors, and I would actually really like to do some warriors content, but. I mean, obviously, I like Wings of Fire more, or else I'd be a wing. I like Wings of Fire more, or else I'd be in the Warriors community. I'd be a Warriors artist.
Yeah, I figured. What about you, Ebony?
I never read Warriors before. I probably should because a lot of people know it, so it will be a good idea. But maybe in the future because I don't really have a lot of time right now. Somehow I don't spend a lot of time on reading right now. I just spend all my time on animating. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I've read like a random few books from the Warriors series, but nothing else.
You
So I have
gotta.
another good question for you guys. I have like a couple. I read them from the library. I didn't get any. But I have another good question. What is your favorite Wings of Fire book and character, and what is your opinion on book 14?
So first, I'd like to say, Ebony, if you don't find yourself having time for reading, you should totally listen to audiobooks while you draw. Like, that's
that's a good
what I
idea.
do, and it's super nice. Like, I was actually gonna say that audiobooks is one of the things that helps me stay focused, because, like, if I get really into an audiobook, then I, like, want to keep listening to it, right? And then, like, I want to keep drawing, because that way I can keep listening to it. And I can
Speaking
find
of
out what
audiobooks.
happens left next in the story. But it can also backfire, because if your audiobook's really boring, then you're going to be like, I don't care about this, and then you're going to get unfocused. But to your...
Speaking of audiobooks, have you heard of Audible?
Wow.
Not
I
sponsored.
don't like Audible because it costs a lot of money per audiobook to, like...
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Like, I prefer, like, I use Libby because then I can, like, rent books from my library, and that's not extremely expensive.
I think I have Overdrive. And you can get
Overdrive and
audiobooks-
Libby are the same thing, basically.
Oh,
They're
I was
like-
gonna say you can get audiobooks for free from your local library as
Yep,
long as you have a
that's
library card.
yeah. It's the same thing. It's Libby. I actually like. I literally hoard library cards. Like, I have like 4 or 5 different library cards just because, like, I try to get audiobooks from all different libraries. So I have tons of library cards so I can subscribe to lots of different, like, libraries with Overdrive/Libby.
That's really smart.
I usually just got totally
That's
off
a good
topic,
idea.
But so what's your guys' favorite character in the series, and then book?
Favorite character? I think it's hard to pick one favorite. I really like Darkstalker and Clearsight. I think those two are my faves, but I also like Winter and Tsunami a lot, and I think I'll like Queen Snowfall a lot too when we read her book, because she seems really mean. I like mean characters. I also really like Queen Scarlet. I like Scarlet a lot too.
You're just evil.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Ebony.
For me, I think I like Winter a lot, and I think Sunny as well. I think the character that I relate the most, because I haven't like made up my mind. Like before, I was like, who's the character that I can relate to the most, and then like recently I decided that it will be Clearsight, but me and Storm had an argument on that, and he said not a legit argument. Like he said, I thought Moonwatcher would be more, relatable, but then I don't know. But it's just a fun fact.
I could definitely see you relating to Moonwatcher and Clearsight, because I think both of them get very anxious and worry about the future.
Yeah,
I think actually Clearsight, I would say Clearsight is like good for you, Ebony, because like, yeah, I feel like you get anxious and worry about the future, like, oh, what's gonna happen, and like, like, especially when there's like raids on YouTube and stuff, and like hackers on YouTube, like I noticed you take that very seriously, and so I feel like it's like Clearsight who takes her future visions very seriously.
All right, that's a valid point.
Mine? Oh god, I don't even know. Like Bio said, it's really hard to pick one, especially because they're all really interesting characters, and
Yeah, Tui does a really
If I
good
had
job
to
writing her
pick one.
characters.
Yeah. If I had to pick one, it would probably be like Sundew or Blue, just because.
Really, you like Blue?
Me too.
I mean, Blue's fine,
Yeah, I
I
think Blue's
guess,
cool.
but
Interesting.
he's such a weenie.
Wow. Feels bad.
Such a weenie.
Sucks.
The character that you like the most or relate to the most?
Definitely not relate to, but I think he's interesting, as well as Sundew. I mean, the three main characters that we've met so far in the third arc are probably my favorites. So
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually do like Sundew a lot. I don't know, but she's a pretty nice character.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Sundew because I think that the way, like, Tui did a really good job of writing her personality. Like, the way she acts really makes sense to how she grew up.
It does, yeah, it really fits together nicely. Okay, so what's your guys' favorite book out of the series?
Darkstalker Legends.
I was gonna say I know what Bio.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think I've said this 20,000 times at this point.
Yeah.
It's like when
That's a
people
bit
ask
unexpected.
Tui what's her favorite character, I'm always asked what's your favorite book, and I'm always like Darkstalker Legends.
What about you,
Darkstalker
Billy?
Legends, it's really well written. Like, I have to admit that. It's really... And it just... I don't know, it just... I got depressed, like, for 2 days after reading it. That's a bit weird.
Oh no. So
I remember
sad.
you saying that you actually got depressed.
Yes. That was
Yeah,
pretty
it was
bad.
very tragic how our wonderful Darkstalker got put to sleep.
It's just how the story
Terrible.
progresses. Just
It
makes
was a
it
very
sad.
sad story at the end.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. It's because, like, I didn't expect a kid's book to be sad, and then it was. And I was
you
like,
just like murder and evil and sad.
I
things,
do,
don't
I
you?
do. I
You're
see.
so mean.
You know, it's really funny because, like, I saw somebody, like, who didn't know, like, I joined a Discord server, and, like, just for fun, I searched my name to see if people had talked about me, because there's, like, a Wings of Fire server, so, like, sometimes people talk about me, like, in random Wings of Fire servers, so I searched my name, and I saw somebody who was like, oh, like, so they're trying to see if, like, this piece of art was mine, and they were like, it wasn't mine. And one of the people was like, no, it can't be Bio's. Like, Bio likes to always draw calm, nice, peaceful scenes. Like, she's like a peaceful person. She can't, like, she wouldn't draw this. I was like, this. I was
love
like,
how-
I'm sorry, you have the wrong idea about me. I mean, I do like drawing cute and peaceful scenes, but I also like, you know, murder and blood and, like, tragedy and all that.
I was gonna say, that's very ironic considering what you're drawing right now.
Yeah, exactly. See?
Oh my.
Wow.
That's my idea, wasn't it? Oopsie.
Yes, Ebony, how could you do this? You've corrupted Bio. She was so innocent. She was so pure. Look what you've done. She's drawing
Well,
blood.
I believe I had to face my sins then,
Yes.
considering how much of an edgy person I am.
Face what you've done.
Like,
What you've
every
done
time I meet
before,
with
Bio.
Tui, I'm like, more violence, Tui. Everyone wants it.
Please stab my favorite character.
Dude, that's what I said. Like, I literally said, like, I want Winter to die, even though he's one of my favorite characters. Stab
You just want the
him.
character development of him dying.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have him die than, like, undevelop as a character, which is what happened.
She's
Mhm.
thinking ahead.
That's thinking ahead.
Yes. What was the last part of that question? I forgot. Oh yeah, Ebony, what was your favorite book?
My favorite book, I made Winter Turning, or I also like Darkstalker Legends a lot, but that one just gave me depression, so I'm not gonna say that.
You guys both like Winter, don't you?
Yeah, I do like Winter. For once, like, I remember there was one time where I started, like, reading. I know it sounds bad. I found a fan fiction where there's for Winter Watcher, and I just read it. Like, I don't know, I just had an obsession with it. But then I just it was just I was just trying to say that okay, never mind. I forgot what I'm going to say.
It's okay. My favorite book, I like all of the books. Definitely book 10 was really cool, especially because it was a lot longer. And,
This is really funny because I thought
wrapped up the
book
series.
10 is one of my least favorite books, just because I thought
We
there
just
were...
have conflicting opinions.
I
on
thought there were
everything.
so many story issues with it that I really disliked it. I mean, okay, I guess it's mean to say I disliked it because I like every Wings of Fire book compared to other books out there, but compared to the rest of the series, I really disliked it. So yeah, I guess we do. I mean, we have to differ on something, right? We have the same opinions about sushi and food, so.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yes, we got a random question. What is your guys' favorite type of bread?
That's a good question. There's no shame in a
Great
question
question.
like that. I welcome any questions about food.
Yes.
Um,
Answer. Tell us.
This is gonna be difficult for Ebony to answer because she doesn't care about food very much.
That's true.
Okay, my favorite type of bread. I really like... I don't know if you guys have ever been to the restaurant Texas Roadhouse, but there's this like really good, like they have rolls there that they serve for free, and there's this really good like cinnamon honey, like it's called like cinnamon brown sugar like butter that you put on the bread, and it's super good. But I'm not sure if that's a fair answer because like kind of the butter makes it good too. But the bread is also really good. It's like this really soft and like fluffy bread, and they always bring it out really nice and hot.
I totally understand that because at my actual Boy Scout camp, they don't have great food, but there's one thing that in one morning they serve these really like chemically like fake bread rolls, but they're my favorite food there because they have cinnamon sugar butter.
Yeah, the
on
cinnamon
them,
sugar butter is
and
so
it's
good.
so good. It's like it just makes the entire bread, which is way better. So that's my favorite by far. And then second to that is probably like baguettes, like French
Baguettes are good, yeah. I like
Yeah.
baguettes and brie cheese.
When we were in France, oh my god, they were so good.
Oh
Like,
yeah, dude, France, like, I don't know, man. Like, France knows how to make bread and cheese. Like, the best
Yes.
bread and cheese I've ever had was from bakery in Paris.
and bakery. Yeah, they know how to make bakery
Like,
really
croissants
well.
in Paris are, like, 10 times better than croissants in the United
Oh
States. Like, I don't
my
know. They know something that people in the
You know
United
what the-
States don't know.
You know what the best croissants I've ever had was? So we stayed with some relatives in Normandy, and
Mhm.
when I was younger, and they would make like fresh croissants, like with fresh homemade dough every morning, and they were, oh my god, they were the best croissants I've ever had. By
Yeah, maybe
far.
it's, like, the freshness, perhaps, because,
Maybe.
like, I know that things in American bakeries tend to be, like, usually from a day.
Processed.
Yeah, like, yeah, usually processed or from a day ago. Like, I don't know, though. Even bakeries that, like, bake the stuff the day of in the United States just aren't as good as the ones in France. It's weird.
Ebony, what about
Like,
you?
I know it's a stereotype, but it's
definitely
it's
is.
like, I don't know. Like, it's true, though.
Ebony, what about you?
Yeah, Ebony,
Favorite
come on,
food?
weigh in here.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, I don't have any really like I don't have any opinions with bread, but I do have some pretty interesting experiences regarding baguette. Baguette, because like from where I'm from, like when I was like we don't see like it sounds wrong to say we don't see bread that often, but like I don't see like really interestingly shaped bread that often. And as you can see, baguette has a really interesting shape. It's long, and I remember there's like one day when I was in elementary school, and my mom just randomly showed me a baguette from somewhere, and I just like. Just from that day on, we just buy baguette, not for the sake of eating them, just for the sake of I think their shape is cool. And it's kind of
Well,
weird.
so what did you do with it? If you didn't eat it, did you
eat
just
them?
hit people with it?
Vio, why? Why must you always resort to violence? Calm yourself. We do not need such violent acts here.
You know what?
This is
If you
safe.
never had baguette fights when you were a kid, you're missing out. I'm telling you.
What? That's a thing?
You use your baguettes like a
Never had what?
sword.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I challenge you to a baguette duel.
I did that to my mom once. So is that valid?
You just hit your mom with a baguette.
I was pretty
Child.
young at that time, so I didn't know what I was doing. Just thought it was funny just to hit someone's head with a baguette, and it just has to be my mom's.
Oh my god.
See, I support this.
No, stop promoting violence. Eh. No violence.
Storm never committed a violence before.
Maybe.
I'm sure you
Okay.
fought with your sister before, Storm. Don't tell me you haven't, like, tried to beat up your sister once or twice.
Maybe.
If you have a twin sister, I know that you fought with her, because
I will
twins
never
always
tell.
fight.
I will never tell. You will never know.
See, conversations like this is why people are like, "Oh, Bio, you're such a good role model." I'm like, "Am I really?
No.
though? Am I
Horrible
really?"
role model. Do not.
I do remember from our conversation that Storm is a pretty well-behaved kid, unlike Bio and me.
Oh
Like,
yeah, that's
when we were younger.
true.
I
Yeah.
do not like violence.
That's true. I forgot you
Well-
were actually well behaved. That's just
Yes.
a foreign concept to
Bio.
me.
Ahem. Troublesome child.
The thing is, it's kind of surprising that, like, I don't know. It's not really hard to imagine Bio used to be a pretty interesting child.
Why is it not hard to imagine that?
Well, Storm, if you think about it, Bio loves violence. You know, more blood, more, just in her drawing. So it's just not hard to imagine.
But she draws so many cute ship arts. How?
Okay, I actually don't draw that much blood in my drawings because a lot of people just won't look at it if it's bloody. So like, I think that like reduces the viewership, and then it's also difficult to draw blood. So I don't have very much practice. I think that's also why. And then finally, like, I specifically have never drawn like Arctic dying before because so many people in the fandom draw it that I'm just not that interested in drawing it. Actually,
It's a very popular
yeah,
scene.
it's so popular.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another
It's-
question. This is very interesting. What would you guys do if you had to fight in the Hunger Games?
I would die. I would definitely die.
You'd just be eating food in the corner until somebody stabbed you.
I'm not very like physically fit, so like I
Same.
was when I was younger. Like I was pretty fit when I was younger, but now I'm not really. So I think I would just get killed pretty quickly.
Quarantine has killed me. What about you, Ebony?
But yeah, I mean, I think I would try to set traps and stuff. Like I think that I can plan better than most teenagers, so I think
True.
I would try to basically set traps, but I think in the end I would die because like I just am not fit enough. Like if they sent like the dog pack in the Hunger Games after me, like I would just die because I wouldn't
There's
be able
a
to
dog
outrun them.
pack?
At the end of the first book, they like send like a bunch of hyena dogs or something after like Katniss and
There's
Peeta.
hyenas?
I don't know. I don't remember. I read it a long time ago. But anyway.
I read the books too a couple years ago, and I do not remember that.
Wait, or maybe it was a fire? No, I remember there being dogs though at
I
some
don't know.
point. But
I don't remember
anyway,
much
I mean
detail.
if this happened to me, I would die because I like would not be able to outrun the dogs and I also would not be able to climb a tree, so I would just die.
For me, I would find a way to hide from other people.
I
because-
think you would be good at
Um,
that.
Yes, Ebony would be very good. Well, you used to do track team, didn't you, Ebony? So you could run really fast.
I don't run really fast. The thing is, I just do it because I'm bad at other sports.
Oh. No, you're not.
Maybe.
Another question. Let's see. Let's see. So, Ebony, that drawing looks very interesting. Archie's got his ears down.
It's a smear frame, right?
Oh, okay. I have no art
yeah.
knowledge.
Or it's like an in-between frame. Not a smear.
Yeah. It's an in-between frame. So, yeah, it does have some really interesting expressions, I have to admit.
Some of them look really weird. Okay, I found
know.
it. So, have you guys read The Winglets?
Yeah.
And if you have, what are your thoughts on them, and what's your favorite one?
I have to remember what they all are.
There's like 6 or something.
There's Deserter, Assassin, and Prisoner, and
How do you know all
and
the
Runaways.
names?
Yeah, that's just impressive that you remember them.
Oh, also Alaska's in your chat now.
It's interesting.
Oh, hey, Alaska. You missed all the conversation about violence.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Alaska's also one of my friends who loves violence.
Oh no.
In stories.
Expanding. Oh no. What have you done, Maya?
Okay, go on, Ebony. There's Assassin, Deserter, Runaway, and some other one that I forgot.
And Prisoner.
Prisoner,
Easy
okay.
to remember.
Okay, whichever one has fierce teeth, I find extremely boring.
Prisoner.
Prisoner.
Okay, I like the one with Six Claws because I like Six Claws as a character. He's one of the
Deserter.
only good dads in the series. And
Oh, yeah.
I think my favorite one was the one about Deathbringer because like the most stuff actually happened in it. And I think it was nice to see his like sort of formative years and like how he decided to be like why he decided to like not kill Glory basically, where he like basically gave up his mother. And then he's like, this was a terrible idea.
Yeah. So.
What about you?
Yeah.
I feel like you like Fierce Teeth, so I wouldn't be surprised if you like the Fierce Teeth one.
I do like Fierce Teeth, but the book is a bit interesting. Well, not interesting. A bit not like it's just about her, like she narrating stuff. It's not much action, but I do like the story that happened in it. And then I also like Assassin. It's really nice.
Yeah, I like Assassin.
I've forgotten the name, but there's one... Oh no, I think it is Assassin, where...
Oh wait, I'm
General-
sorry. I like Runaways more. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one's good.
Runaways. Runaways was good too, because I liked learning more about like Snow Fox and what's her face? Snowflake, yeah.
It's very easy. It's just Snow Fox and Flake.
Well, I almost said Snowfall. There's too many of those names running around.
There's too many snows in the series. Toy, save us.
Also,
Mine- Yeah. What were you saying, Ebony?
oh no, you go first. Sorry.
Fine. My favorite winglet is... I think it's about Deathbringer, where his mom... Okay, spoilers ahead. Like, close your ears if you don't... if you haven't read any of the winglets yet. Definitely spoilers ahead. But when his mom gets killed by lightning, that book is my favorite winglets. Because I really like seeing...
Assassin.
Yeah, that
Deathbringer-
one's
yeah,
really
Assassin.
good, yeah.
I really like seeing young Deathbringer. It's cool. Have some backstory on him.
So should I keep talking about
Yes.
my stuff? Yeah, so judging from the amount of times I've been drawing Arctic, you probably should know that I do like Runaways and Darkstalker Legends. It's pretty
You just
it's pretty nice. Like the thing weird about me is like after reading Darkstalker Legends, the character that I like more, like I started liking more is Arctic instead of Darkstalker. I
That's
don't know
funny.
why.
Arctic is like a classic evil father.
Well,
I don't
he's not
know.
completely
Kind of.
evil, but
It's weird. He has an interesting backstory because he was good, right? And he just wanted to escape the Ice Kingdom, but his magic corrupted him, and he ended up going slowly insane after he
And
did
he is
something
the
bad that
last.
we still don't know the details on.
Yeah, and he's the last Iceling Animus, and it's just nice to know about
Yeah.
because it's cool.
Yeah, that I think is really interesting. I wish that there was something more interesting than what Tui said about it, which is just like, oh, it's just unlucky that he's the last Iceland animus.
Yeah, we made
like,
a whole video on that because of the because of the statistics that entirely stack up against that actually happening.
Well, if you stay tuned, there might be something about the fact that Arctic is not the last Iceland animus, if you know what I'm saying.
Wait, what?
I know what you mean.
Wait, what? I don't.
Her special sequel.
Okay, we don't talk about that anymore.
Wait, what? I am very confused now.
Let's just say
You guys
eye
know something
emojis
I
and
don't.
move on.
Yes.
You guys know something? Okay, you better tell me in Discord later.
Okay.
Fine.
No, it's just something still in progress. It's not. I don't know yet.
Scary. Well, it's not canon then. If I would just put
No,
eyes
it's
in
definitely
chat.
not canon.
Yes, let's leave it eyes. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, I just made this up, but what is your guys' least favorite character? What character do you hate? And if you don't hate any characters, what character do you dislike the most?
I used to have trouble with this question, but now I know, and I dislike
Oh no.
Vulture because he takes away from the storyline and he's boring.
Oh, that's true.
Like, I thought it would be Whirlpool who I dislike on account of the fact that he's a pedo, but actually, like, Whirlpool at least, like, serves a villainous role, whereas, like, Vulture is just boring, and he takes away from the good part of the storyline, which is Darkstalker.
But there's the argument that Vulture does fulfill a villainous role because he baited Keebly into coming to his hideout because of his mother, and then
yeah, but like
well.
that. Here's the thing. Okay, sure, Vulture is villainous, but like the point of the second arc is about Darkstalker. Like, there's the Scarlet part of the arc, and there's the Darkstalker part of the arc. Book 10 falls very solidly into the point where they should be focusing on Darkstalker, but then they just have to go through this whole Vulture nonsense. Like, I wish they had just taken that part out of the story and devoted more of it to the Darkstalker plot. So I'm bitter towards Vulture and like, I partially Onyx, but I think that Onyx was sort of like, was a really cool idea that was sort of just bungled. But Vulture is just, he did not need to be in there.
You can also argue that because of his linkage with Darkstalker in the end, and how they formed an alliance, it was more kind of plot building. And just basically like a side quest. It was a side quest for
yeah,
the
but
story.
you don't need a side quest in a rushed book.
It's not a rushed book. It was like 400 pages.
Yeah, it was 400 pages because they needed to like take care of so much stuff that like they could have just cut out. Like, Vulture could have been cut out, and like the alliance thing was very silly in my opinion. Like, the whole alliance thing also is just something that didn't even really need, because like they never even did anything with their alliance, so it didn't really matter in the end.
But they did, you could argue, because Vulture did show up in the in Darkstalker's kingdom, and Darkstalker was showing him his Night Kingdom. So you could argue that if Darkstalker had lasted longer before the Dragonet stopped him, they would have formed a better alliance and had some evil plans there.
That's possible, but since it didn't happen, it's like not worth it to include it in the book. It's like, if you only have a limited amount of pages, then make every sentence matter. And in this case, everything about Vulture doesn't really matter. Like, I agree, he could have been interesting. I agree, he could have been interesting if there had been more space. Yeah, I don't, it's not the character itself I hate, it's his concept.
Oh, I don't like his character, so... I
think his character is also just boring. Like, people who are like, oh, I'm a villain, I'm just evil. Oh, like, that's really boring to me.
I think it was a good development of Keebly's backstory. That's the reason why I don't, like, hate him. And also, it was a really interesting way to showcase Darkstalker's power at the end, when he turned him effectively into a baby dragonet. I really like that part. And it was also really cool to see a lot more of Keebly's backstory that we hadn't before.
Alright, what's your least favorite character in Storm?
Oh, me? Least favorite character. That's also hard because I like them all a lot.
Yeah, I feel like Tui does a good job of, like, even if a character is like
does.
dislikable, it's like it's
you want to learn
it's
more
usually
about them.
it's like even if a character is dislikable, they're still there's like
Interesting.
they're like usually if they're dislikable, then like there's a reason. Like she obviously wrote them to be dislikable, so it's like she still
Yeah.
accomplished her goal.
There's backstory behind them being unlikable that you want to find out. It's a really well written characters. I would say if I had to pick one, I think Scarlet's pretty bad, but Burn actually is probably one of the worst for me with her Weirdling Tower and everything. I don't know.
That's fair.
She's just plain old evil. So, what about you, Ebony?
It's a bit hard to decide, but somehow I don't really like some of the baby dragons in the series.
You
is an
are
interesting
definitely in
opinion.
the minority, but I can understand that because I think that like I could see how they could get people on people's nerves sometimes.
Yes.
Like I think that
Yeah.
you're going to be attacked by the fandom if you say that you dislike Bumblebee, but I can understand why because she just screams randomly and like she doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Somehow that's what I'm about to say, but it's okay. There's some point about her that I do like.
I think Bumblebee's pretty cute, but yeah, I could definitely see how she would be annoying.
I just find it's really annoying that she just randomly distracts Sundew from doing her business, and just cause her to get caught in the Sundew. But overall she's all right, but pretty irritating, just in my opinion.
Okay, what is your guys' music taste?
Doesn't Ebony listen to like Screamo?
No.
I don't really listen to them like that much now because it's just a bit too distracting for me. At this like point, I prefer listening to just calm music and sometimes just catchy songs, I guess.
Yeah, I like catchy songs.
Mm.
I just listen to them over and over and over again.
I like electro dance music, EDM. That's basically my entire music taste is just that word.
My boyfriend really likes EDM, and it's like, I don't know, EDM can be good sometimes, but then other times it's like, unts, and I'm like, oh, this is giving me a headache.
It's weird, I never get headaches from listening to that, even if I listen to it really loudly. I just really like it. It motivates me.
What are some of the artists that you guys listen to then? Sorry, if that distracts me from the...
No, that's good. Let me open Spotify so I can see some of the ones that are in my playlist. Bio, you go first because I have a bunch of your
jeez. Sorry, I'm trying to find my brush. Let's see. Artists I listen to. I have to be careful to look at other playlists without ruining the playlist I'm on right now. For the background music. I think I like what's the word? It's like indie pop or something, or like alternative. Like I do like some very contemporary music, but I think a lot of the contemporary music is very simple and sort of boring. Like a lot of the music you hear on the radio is just like the same 4 chords over and over again. It's very boring.
Yeah.
So there's some catchy songs, but I like to listen to a lot of like alternative things like Auto Heart and
Muse.
I don't know. Yeah, like I like Muse and what's that band that everybody likes? Mother. Like a lot of people really like Mother. Yeah.
I've never heard of it, but cool.
I don't know. I don't really have loyalty to like specific artists. I like the songs I like, and some artists I like a lot of their songs, but I don't really have artist loyalty in general.
That's probably the same for me because I listen to a lot of artists. I don't know if I can even find the same artist twice in my playlist, unless the song is like right next to each other.
I do like, for me, the one band that I liked, like on my all-time favorites, is Set It Off, because their song.
Set It Off is good. Yeah.
They create cheerful songs and they also make edgy songs at the same time. Like, just like it has so many like different like the themes and all that. And it's really creative.
I just realized I listened to a lot of AJR actually. That was recent though.
Okay,
I listened
HAR's
to-
pretty popular.
Yeah. Also, some Billie Eilish, not much.
I like a few songs by Billie Eilish, but not
Mhm.
a lot of them, because some of them are a little bit weird. Too weird for me.
Definitely weird there. Yeah. The music videos are weirder. Don't search them up.
Okay, Julie. Yes, I saw like Spotify me forcing you to look at the like Bury a Friend like music video, or it wasn't even a music
Oh no,
video. It
that's
was
worse
this.
than that.
Yeah, it was just this like weird thing of like the zombie like moving around, and like at first like I was driving and I hadn't seen it before, and then like Spotify just had this like zombie like picture moving around, and like I was driving and I looked at my phone, I was like, what the freak is that? Like
I
it
was gonna
really
say, there's way worse
startled
than
me.
He filmed a music video where she actually had a live tarantula in her mouth, which is kind of scary.
Yeah,
But
that's
it's true.
just weird and gross and poor
And you
tarantula.
can look it up.
There's
Oh,
one
there
where
was-
she
there was three of them.
actually. There's one where she drank like a. I don't know. Was it a black liquid? What's the music video's name?
I have no
I forgot. And then the black liquid just came like out of her eyes and just everywhere. It's pretty creepy.
Like, okay,
I think
I
it's-
can I can appreciate that creepy vibe, but I don't really want to be have that like jumped on me while I'm driving.
But you're like violent, so I'm surprised you didn't like him.
I mean, I'm fine with zombies and stuff. Again, it was just surprising. I was driving.
Just drive home and then you just see a zombie on your phone.
It is
Ah,
creepy.
yes.
Like if I'm driving home late at night from lab and then like there's like
Oh,
a
God.
zombie on my phone, it's all dark, the car's all dark and stuff. It is kind of scary.
Don't look in the back seat because there might be one back there too.
Oh my gosh, it
Oh.
reminds me of that horror story where
You're
it's
welcome.
like there's like a murderer in your back seat and stuff. Yes, I'm familiar
Mm.
with that.
I have never heard of that, but
What?
I am
You haven't
not
heard?
sleeping tonight anymore.
I'm sorry, I scarred everybody.
I have a
Oh
question.
yeah,
that-
Storm. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
go ahead.
No, just Storm has a reputation of trying to scare me whenever you can.
Oopsie. Maybe I do. Possibly. I will never tell. But I have a question
Wow.
that only applies to Bio.
Okay.
It's what vehicle do you guys drive? Because me and Ebony both aren't old enough. Well, Ebony is, but
I have a 2016 Mazda. It's red.
it's
Let
a
me see if I can get a
random-
picture of what they look like.
It's a car.
I mean, yeah, it's just a car, guys. Like, it's not. I don't
Actually-
drive anything really cool like a Tesla or like a Lamborghini or anything.
Really, I would expect you to like fly a dragon.
Huh, that'd be nice.
Yes, personal dragon. I actually realized I have an e-scooter. I guess that's my vehicle. I have
Here, this is basically what my car
That.
looks like. It's not very
gonna have to-
exciting, you guys.
I'm gonna have to wait 30 seconds to see it because of the stream delay.
Honestly, it was a bad decision to get a red car. Like, I really wanted a red car because I was like, my color's red, I want a red car. But if you have a red
Yeah,
car,
but-
it means you get caught by speeding. Like, it
Yeah,
means you
I
get
was
caught by
gonna say.
cops more for speeding. So,
Because of how your color comes
yeah,
out.
because
it's
you're,
I know
yeah,
it
you're,
is.
exactly. So you don't really want a red car unless you're like really ready to pay some extra taxes.
Is that your car? Or is it just a random photo you found?
No, it's a random photo, but it's exactly the same. It's like,
Cool.
I also have a hatchback like this car. I didn't want to post a picture of my exact car because I don't know if my car will have the license plate on it, and it would be a super bad idea to post my license plate
Yes, that's
on
not a good idea.
online. Because then someone
Yeah.
could very easily track down who I am.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. I mean, I've tried to censor license plates in my videos, but I don't do it. So, oops.
I tried to drive a car before, 2 years
You
ago.
did. You were 14.
My dad forced me to.
Oh my god.
Well, not forced me to. He just said it's actually like when no one's around. It's just like at night, late at night, like 1 a.m. And then my dad decided to teach me to drive a car. It's all right because don't worry, no one got hurt or anything.
Well, you're not that bad at it then.
I'm not, but I only drove it for like 2 seconds.
It's
I
pretty
drove a
scary
car-
to drive for the first time.
Yes, it
Like-
definitely is.
I remember driving in like a parking lot, cause yeah, like that's like where my dad started teaching me how to drive, and I was like probably going only 10 miles an hour, and I was like, I'm definitely going to hit something.
Oh my.
I think I've actually driven a car before. When I was like a lot younger than this, like 12 or younger, I think. I
That's
used to,
not
like,
good.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a lot, but I would like sit in the front on my mom's lap, and I would park it. Basically, that's it. I would just put it in the driveway
Oh,
from the
okay.
street.
That's
That was-
cute. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, that was literally it. It was fun. But I've driven go-karts, so I'm definitely qualified enough to drive a car. Because I played Mario Kart.
Oh yeah.
Yes, definitely. I'd be so good at driving. Ooh,
Indeed.
this is a good one. What is your guys' biggest art inspirations?
I have some artists who I do follow. I think I also have a lot of motivation just to like put content out, because actually on YouTube this is like a big issue. So on YouTube, like everybody's kind of worried about people copying each other's video ideas or like map ideas or PMV ideas or just drawing ideas in general. So I do like feel this need to put content out because I'm worried that like somebody will use the songs that I want to use and stuff for like maps or PMVs. It's probably not a good thing to be worried about that, but
I mean, there is occasionally some like random YouTuber will start re-uploading a bunch of artists' like videos, and that's always really annoying. But that's
that
about
is,
it
yeah.
in terms of drama about that. Ebony, what about you? Who are your inspirations
I mean, what question? What inspirations?
for art? Like, who inspired you the most, or is inspiring you?
Or
the
you're
most?
talking about like artists, right? I assume you want like
Yeah.
the names of other artists.
Well, it
I feel
doesn't
like I
have to
didn't do a
be,
good
but
job of answering that question. I feel like I made a very petty answer to this question, actually.
Shameful, Bio. How could you do this to us? You wanted entertainment.
The artist I personally find really inspiring. The one artist that I've been watching a lot. It's on Instagram though, because she doesn't post very often on YouTube. Is Darmy Bunny. She makes really nice, really good drawings of her. There's a game called Sky that I really like playing, and she's like Sky content creator, and she creates really beautiful PMVs. Like, I love her style.
Oh, I think I might have
So-
seen their PMVs before. There's like some pretty well-known Sky. Like, I don't even know anything about Sky, but I've seen these very popular Sky PMVs.
It's an interesting.
Do you know the
game.
name of him?
I can't remember. I've seen them on people post them on Discord.
Oh. Yeah, but she made 2 really pretty ones. Like, and it's really sad as well. Like the storyline and everything.
Ooh, see, now I'm interested.
Oh,
Sad.
yeah. No, sad. It's too sad. I don't like them. They're all like depressing.
But you know what I'm talking about, story?
Well, you sent me one of them a while ago, and that was like very depressing. So I'm gonna assume they're all like that.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Sky's not even a sad game either. It's like a really fun game you can play with friends.
Yeah, but she likes Stormy Bunny for some reason. She just likes creating sad stuff.
Sadness.
It's because sad stuff is more like, it captures people more. Like, you think about
Emotionally,
sad
yeah.
stuff more. Like, people like Darkstalker Legends so much because it's so sad. Like, it stays in your mind for a long time. It's much more like,
It's because
I don't know, it captures you a lot more than something that's happy, in my opinion.
It's also been scientifically proven that bad emotions like fear and pain will capture your attention much, much more than happy emotions.
That's true.
So-
That's why news articles are always about depressing things. Because, like,
Yeah.
that's what gets clicks.
Content. Yay.
Hold up. I'm going to mute for like 1 minute. I'll be back.
Okay,
soon.
cool.
Oh, we're gonna be alone.
All right, we're going to
Scary.
talk about food while she's gone.
Yes, sushi. What's your favorite sushi?
I mean, you know what my favorite sushi is. It's just like hunks of
True.
salmon. But I know you like the salmon rolls specifically, the lemon salmon
you
roll.
tried those, right?
I did, and the lemon was a little bit, like, I think I would have it sometimes, but the lemon was like a little bit much for me. Like, I admit that for the last couple pieces, I had to take the piece of lemon off of it because I was like, this is...
How dare you? How could you
Because
do
it was
this?
too much. Okay, I'll post a picture of it for you people who are like, what the heck is a lemon salmon roll?
Oh no. Well, you probably didn't get the best ones then, because the best ones, they have such a thin slice of lemon that A, you can see through it, and B, it just adds like a little bit of tang to it, and it makes it really nice. So, I don't know if yours were like actual wedges of lemon, but...
Oops. It wasn't like a wedge. It was like what I'm posting here. It's basically exactly this, what I post on my video.
Let me see. I gotta wait for the stream delay. I'm so ashamed of you.
I know. I
could you do
don't
this to
have
me?
the fervor
Ultimate
needed.
betrayal. I mean, that's like the only type of roll I eat, so...
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought you liked lots of different sushis.
I like that, but that's like by far my favorite, so if I can, that's the only one I get. Oh yeah, that's like exactly how it's supposed to be.
I know, I'm just a weenie.
Wow.
I also
You couldn't
like...
eat that lemon.
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, even though I'm half, like, Vietnamese, I don't even eat spicy food, really, because it's too much for me. I'm like a weenie.
Wow. Like blue, apparently.
Oh, Alaska says, ugh, seafood. It's time to post some pictures of crabs now.
Yeah, post more crabs. Hi, Ebony.
Or lobster.
Hi.
Ebony's
I'm
back.
back.
I actually,
Our
like,
content.
this is a story of sadness and patheticness in Bio's life. Like, so because of quarantine, there were, like, restaurants closed, and I really wanted, like, lobster. Like, I really wanted, like, a lobster roll. So I ordered, like, $100 of lobster online.
Oh my god. Why?
Because I
Wasting
wanted
your
it. I
money.
wanted lobster really badly, so I just ordered, like, $100. Like, it was, like, 2.5 pounds of lobster
Oh my god.
off online, and I
Lasted
got it, and I
like
just
a
ate
month.
it. No, I ate it in a lobster roll, to be fair.
In one lobster roll?
No, not all in one lobster roll. That'd be very impressive.
Do you make sushi?
No, I don't know how to make sushi. And it's really
I've
hard to find
tried.
good, like, sushi quality fish is really hard to make.
Yes,
Or to
keep
find,
posting.
sorry.
Keep posting.
Oh yeah.
Spite Alaska.
Wait. It's actually so. Speaking of sushi, at some point, I kind of because like I also like sushi. So and then there is like a really good sushi restaurant in Lisbon. And then sometimes I would just tell my mom, "Can we go to the sushi restaurant, please, Mom?" And then because it's quarantine, right? So she said no because we don't want to get coronavirus. And I was like, and then it's like, and the thing is, it's going to last like this thing, like coronavirus. It's going to last for a very long time. So that means I probably won't be able to go to like.
I think I'll be able to go to it when the vaccine comes out.
Yeah, that'll be hopefully soon as possible. Please save me. But
Okay.
yeah, you can get takeout too, or carry out.
The thing is, you can't order anything like from outside. Because the problem is, it's the some parts like like for example, like there are raw stuff in sushi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some components of it, and that's the problem because we can't eat those because it might possibly have the virus in it. It might possibly be contaminated. So
Oh,
it's just risky, and my mom said we don't want to risk it. So it's
I've
pretty
had
bad.
sushi in the pandemic, so
I've constantly had sushi in the pandemic. Me living that sushi is just not something that would ever happen.
Well,
I was
Lucky.
a sushi addict.
I mean, it is true.
I-
Okay, your mom is right that food that's handled a lot by
Yes.
people is going to be more likely to have the virus, and it is true that like it is true that like foods like hot pot, like raw foods, are more likely to have the virus. But I don't care.
It's worth it.
yeah.
Sushi is worth it.
I believe my mom is right, so just going to be obedient.
Yes, Ebony is a good child. Doesn't disobey people. Bio.
Heck.
You're supposed to be a good role.
I actually have a question for you guys.
Sure.
What is, like, it could be a hard question to answer, but what scene from Wings of Fire do you personally find really frustrating to read? Or, like, which character do you find really frustrating? Not hate it, though, it's just frustrating.
I feel like I just answered this by screaming out Vulture for the past half hour.
Oh, really?
Yes. Io has strong opinions about Vulture, apparently.
Again, it's not Vulture himself, it's just that it's, like, I was just reading those parts being like, just get back to Darkstalker, I don't care about this. All I care about is Darkstalker. I don't care.
I feel like Darkstalker is, like, a very popular character, even though he's so evil.
I mean, like, he's popular because he's relatable. Like, he wants to protect the people he loves. Like, I think everybody wants to do that. Probably not in as intense, like, they're not willing to, you know, kill everybody to do it, but I think a lot of people do want to protect the people they love.
Oh, I actually saw someone in the chat that I totally agree with. Turtle. Turtle is, like, a really... I like him as a character, but he can be really frustrating sometimes when he's, like, like hides or doesn't use his power.
A lot of people really hated Turtle. Because nothing happens for like half of his book.
It's just kind of hiding from everyone. Like a coward.
For me, I could get hate by saying this, but when I first read book 10, I didn't like Darkstalker. I think he's really annoying.
If people hate you for like disliking a character, that's kind of on them and not you.
Well,
because people have opinions, right? And
yeah, that's true, actually.
If you hate someone for their opinions, you know, that's not right. You have to accept that people aren't going to always agree with you.
Well,
otherwise,
Bio said that you're going to get screamed in the fandom for disliking Bumblebee, so I guess this is probably even more...
Yeah, but that's not a good thing, right? Like, I completely agree with Dylan. Like, you should not... It's a bad thing to scream at somebody because they have a different opinion from you. But it happens all the time.
As long as it's, like, not too serious, it's probably okay, but you shouldn't do it in general. Like, if you're just joking around like what me and Bio did, like, kind of debating it, that's totally fine. But, like, being like, oh my gosh, you suck because someone doesn't agree with you is, like, horrible.
Yeah. But the scene I personally find, like, it's not a scene. It's more like the way a character did stuff. Like, what could, so... I personally just find it will be much better if, like, because Foe Slayer, you know who Foe Slayer is, right? She was rescued by Winter before, like, the battle between the Nightwings and the Icelings. I thought it would actually be a really good, like, it will be even more exciting if during the battle, Foe Slayer actually stand, like, up against Darkstalker and tell him it's a bad thing.
I never thought about that.
It would be so much better, like, in my opinion,
I agree.
Turn out this way.
That would have been really cool. I
never
thought about
that. The whole Foe Slayer thing was really, like, weird and convoluted.
It was kind of weird.
Again, it was handled, in my opinion, in a not very great way.
How do you think you could have made it better?
That's actually a good question. I don't really like that she imprisoned Tsunami for, like, no reason. That was super out of character and weird.
Oh yeah, she did do that, didn't she?
Yeah, it was just random. It's weird. And I honestly don't think that Foe Slayer would beat Tsunami in a fight. I'm sorry.
That too.
I mean, actually, well, maybe, because Foe Slayer has been fighting in the Diamond Trials, like, for a long time. I didn't think about that, but it's weird. Yeah. Like, she's just not the kind of person who would randomly imprison someone. It's very strange.
Maybe she's got a little senile in that prison.
Yeah, I know. I think Darkstalker should have been affected by Foe Slayer more. Like, he's still like, oh, I'm gonna kill everyone. Don't care. That was
Well, he was like.
yeah. I like Ebony's idea more, where like Fosslayer actually intervenes in the battle.
That would have been cool. I've never thought about that, but
It's actually from someone else's video idea, and I thought it would be really cool.
Yeah, we made a whole like theories video about that kind of not that, but we made it about the Ice Wings, and we're gonna do another one about Animus stuff.
And we never got to do it because we got lazy.
No, I got busy. Okay, shush.
Okay.
I'll finish the script sometime. We'll make another video soon for the Wings of Fire Theories channel. In case anyone in the chat doesn't know, me and Ebony started a collab channel where we talk about Wings of Fire Theories. If you want to subscribe to it, I mean, it's kind of hard to find, but just look up Wings of Fire Hypotheses and you'll find it.
If you can give me the link on Discord, I can post it in the chat, I think.
Oh, sure. Let me find it, actually.
Helpful.
Yeah, it's very helpful. There we go, Wings of Hypotheses. And there it is. Okay, I can put it in the chat too, actually.
Oh, yeah, because you're a moderator.
Yeah. So just
Nice.
click on that link. Yep. Let me find another question. Let's see. Someone said, I think Clay loves food more than Peril. Yeah, that's definitely... let's see.
Remember there's like this channel that makes like jokes about Clay? Like making
There is.
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Somebody said, what happened to the sushi conversation? We stopped talking about sushi because Ebony came back.
Well, keep talking about it. It's not like I'm gonna affect or anything. I'm gonna be like, stop talking about sushi, guys. Oh my god, so irritating.
Okay, where and what is the story behind the best sushi you've ever had? Let's creep out Alaska again.
Alaska might be doing homework. She hasn't posted in a while.
True.
The best sushi I've ever had. I can't actually think of the best sushi. Oh, the best sushi I ever had. Never mind, I know this. The best sushi I ever had was in Japan at this like seafood market. It was like a seafood market where like the fish gets caught and then like it gets given to the restaurant like the same day.
Was it in Tokyo?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, we probably.
It was a pretty famous. It's a pretty famous seafood market. Like it's like a major tourist destination, and like
okay, guess what?
My friends and I were there because like my friend and I were in Japan because we really wanted to like look at anime stuff because we were like hardcore weebs, but. But we were like, but I was like, you know what? This is like a really big tourist destination, so like we should go to this like seafood market. And both my friend and I really like sushi, so like, and we both really like food, so we were like, okay, let's go here. And yeah, so we literally just picked a random restaurant in the market, and we like had lunch there, and it wasn't even very much sushi, but it was like so good. Like I don't even know really how to explain it, but it was like so fresh and like just really tasty.
Okay, you know what's hilarious?
Same market?
My favorite sushi is the exact same market, which is really funny. But
again, I suspect it's because the fish like it's literally completely fresh, never frozen, caught in the morning. Like
yeah, it was like caught
incredible.
at 3 a.m. that morning.
Yeah.
So we found just randomly in the market a really crowded restaurant. We had to wait 30 minutes at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, and we ended up getting brunch there. And we ended up eating something like 30 or 40 pieces of sushi, me and my dad. Like sashimi. It was so good, and it ended up costing us like $30 or something, which is ridiculously cheap.
That's so cheap. Yeah, it's so weird. Everybody when they like visit Japan, they're like, "Oh, it's so expensive." It's really not. It's really not. Like unless you want to go to like tourist trap, like highbrow restaurants, like if you just go to the restaurants that the locals go to, it's really not very expensive. It's actually, I think, cheaper than in the United States.
I don't think we saw a single other, like, tourist in there. They were all, like, Asian people.
Yeah, tourists don't really like going in, like, they go to the fish market, but they don't really go...
And they take a photo and leave.
Yeah, they kind of just take a photo and leave, exactly. Like, they don't really actually go in and try to talk to the locals and try to go to the local restaurants.
Well, we didn't try to talk to anybody, but we definitely like explored the whole thing. I don't think I made a video out of it, but yeah.
Like,
It
I
was,
definitely think, like, a lot
really
of my favorite, like, places that I went in Japan were because, like, my friend and I were just like, let's just go here, like, no tourists go here, but we'll just explore here because we want to.
Mhm.
Because a lot of tourist stuff feels really fake, so it's just not
Oh,
as
yeah, totally.
enjoyable.
In Japan, we also went to the quote unquote biggest or busiest crosswalk in the world, which was really cool, but it was interesting.
Is
I
that
made a
the one in,
time
like,
lapse there.
Shinjuku or something?
Yeah,
I
it
can't
is.
remember. It's like a famous crosswalk.
It is. It's very famous. It was really cool. And occasionally they'd have these people dressed up in Mario costumes in like Mario Kart replicas that were go-karts. Because you can rent,
Oh,
you can
Shibuya.
pay.
Not
Yeah, you can pay
Shinjuku.
to go on a tour of the city in one of those. And it looked really cool and really fun. But you had to be 18
No.
to drive them.
Your parents
So-
could drive them.
They're
you
not
could, like-
two-seater. They're only one-seater.
Oh, okay. That's frustrating.
So I was like, dang it. Yeah.
Okay, poor Ebony, who can't be part of this conversation. Let's switch to something that she can be part of.
Okay, yes.
okay.
What is the hardest tribe to draw, in your opinion?
High wings, I hate them.
Too many like spikes.
Don't make sense. I talk about it in one of my other videos. I think one of my other, like, live stream and chat videos, but, like,
Bio babbles. Oh.
yeah, it's something. I don't remember which it is, but I've talked about extensively how they're, like, the Joy Ang reference of their spikes is just, it doesn't make sense. Like, their spikes go one way, and then, like, when you follow the line of the spikes, it changes. So, like, it wouldn't work in real life.
Oh wow. What about you, Ebony? What's your least favorite tribe to draw?
I believe it's all the Pentalon tribes because I had no experience with drawing them because I don't usually draw the Pentalon tribes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You should make a Pentalon tribe map next.
Huh.
Oh, unfortunately, that won't happen because I already have a good idea of what my next map would be.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ooh, do you want to share any hints
Yeah.
of that?
Spoil us.
it's a clear sight map.
Oh!
And-
I think I remember you talking about that one a little bit.
And I decided to use a very sad song.
Oh no.
In fact, it's a song that you know and like, Storms.
Wait, what? Oh, is it Dynasty or no?
Okay, we
Don't spoil
okay,
it.
I'm not spoiling it.
It's definitely Dynasty then. 'Cause That's like the only sad song that I like.
Okay, Storm, stop spoiling it.
Oh well, now you just spoiled it because you.
No, you
acknowledged-
spoiled it first.
No, you spoiled it. You
No,
said
you
sad song,
spoiled
and then
it.
you were like, "Okay, Storm, stop spoiling it." After I said Dynasty, you didn't have to acknowledge that it was Dynasty. But
Oh, you
did.
don't have to. You don't have to repeat it and just
Don't
keep on.
pin this on me. Don't pin this on me.
Uh-oh.
You-
Nice.
It's your fault.
Okay,
All your
fine.
fault. Yes, admit it. Accept your fate.
But I think that, like, I think there's gonna be a lot of clear sight stuff, because I actually have a few ideas for clear sight maps, too.
Ooh.
Really?
But I'm not gonna reveal a song, because I don't want someone to
Dang it.
steal the idea.
Oof.
I'm actually, like, I live in perpetual fear of people stealing my map ideas, which is very bad, but...
I'm gonna suck. Okay, let me see. Someone in said in chat, Falcon Fire is already hosting a Dynasty clear sight map. Oof.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Yeah, but,
time
like...
to change the plan.
No, don't.
No,
Oh.
it's time to change the plan.
See, that's the thing, is that, like, it feels like if you like make a map and it's the same song or like a similar concept to a map that's already in the fandom, it feels really crappy. So like that's why I have a lot of motivation to try to get out my maps as fast as like to get my like ideas out as fast as possible, so that like because then if people copy that, then it's like they're copying me. But if I like for example, if I copy, I don't know, if I make another Kara map about, I don't know, let's say Vulture. I make a Kara map about Vulture. It's gonna look like I copied Ebony. Even if maybe I didn't, it still looks that way, so... Yeah.
Oh, like with the same song but a different character?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's like the only thing that I would do is like if the other map, if there's like a map that's really like different, or it's really like not very many people have viewed it, or if I have proof that I thought of the idea before the other map was posted, then I'll still go on with the project so that I don't get accused of copying other people.
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. It sucks because there's so many people in the Wings of Fire fandom. It's really hard to get an original idea nowadays. So how do you guys do that? How do you keep coming up with like new ideas that people haven't done before?
Usually I'll hear a song and I'll associate it with a character, Wings of Fire or Warriors or like an original character, and then I'll look to see if there's another, like specifically I'll look to see if there's another map of that song or PMV of that song in the same fandom. So like, if, like, I'm just trying to think of something off the top of my head, but like, if I find like a song that's like song ABC, and I look and I see like, oh, there's a Warriors map of that song, but not a Wings of Fire map, then I'll like keep it and I'll continue to work on that idea, because at least it was in Warriors, which I'm making a Wings of Fire map, so they're different. But if there's like already a Wings of Fire map, like if it's popular, I won't make it again, because like it's already popular. So I'm not gonna like remake something that's already popular. I think it's just basically like coming up with a lot of different ideas, and also listening to music that's like not necessarily as well known.
Yeah. Ebony, what about you for inspiration?
Listen to music. Inspiration. I mean, just you gotta listen to stuff.
Music?
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, music is definitely a big
it
inspiration for me as well. It's like I listen to it while I'm playing games, which is basically it, because the only other thing that I do is like editing and stuff or watching YouTube. So, yeah, I really like listening to music. It makes me play better, I like to think, but it probably doesn't. But I can definitely see how it would be a good inspiration for characters and stuff. Because I do it, it's weird. I do it where I listen to a song that I really like sometimes, and I get an idea of how I would make a music video around it, which is really weird, but it's kind of like your character thing, where I just imagine how I would actually make that into a video. Ooh, a good one. So what do you guys think is the saddest Wings of Fire character's background? Like,
Yeah, a lot of them have depressing backstories.
yes, I knew you would like this question. You're like, yay, I like violence and sadness and depression. Fun times.
But the thing is, yeah, it's
hard.
I'm trying to think through all the different characters. I think Peril had a pretty rough background. I mean, she was basically manipulated by Scarlet her whole life. Like, that's, I think, one of the reasons her personality is so, like, her personality is so clingy and annoying, because she's been forced to,
very
like,
clingy, yeah.
Yeah, she's been forced to cling to, like, Scarlet the whole time, so.
But what's interesting is you said that. You say, oh my gosh, Scarlet manipulated her, but you're also like, Scarlet's a good character, and I like her.
Yeah, I like her because she's hilarious.
Evil. You're evil. You're just evil. You're an evil person. What do you think, Ebony? No, I'll go.
I think it's also, like, gonna be pretty terrible for your self-confidence to be, like, to literally have somebody tell you you're a monster and only I'm going to love you ever. And, like, you're good for nothing except for killing people. Like, that's gonna be pretty terrible for your...
sanity.
For your, like, yeah, your sanity.
What do you think, Ebony? Do you have any opinions?
I'm still gonna say Clear Sight.
Clear Sight did have a very sad backstory.
Yeah, Clear Sight has a rough.
The mental struggles that she has to go through, it was really...
Yeah.
Like... The thing is, it's really relatable to me, and then it's really hard for me to imagine, like, what I would do to cope if I was in her situation, and it was bad.
For me, I mean, there's a lot of characters that have really sad backstories, like Keebly, Darkstalker, Clearsight, Peril, Arctic. Well, Arctic didn't really have a bad background. He just had a frustrating life. I would say either Darkstalker or Peril for me. Darkstalker because I totally understand why he wanted to do what he did and like take over the Night Kingdom. I just don't agree with how he did it. So I think he had a really sad backstory. But he definitely could have gone about his life and tried to accomplish his goals in a much better way that didn't involve going completely insane. But I think he was good at first.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. Like, I think that like Darkstalker and Clearsight, I really like shipped them when they were like at the beginning of the book because I thought they were really cute, and I like that Darkstalker's more like forward and like actually, like I think that Wings of Fire kind of unfortunately suffers from a lot of the male characters are very like they're not really ambitious and they're not really like go-getters. Like they're more like supporters.
Darkstalker definitely was though.
Yeah, and I like how Darkstalker was like more of a go-getter, like ambitious character. Whereas like a lot of the characters like Blue and Starflight, they're more like they like to support people. They don't really like to be the leader.
Example.
Yeah.
Blue is a perfect example of that. He's like, oh, this world is fine. It's okay. Even though the Hivewings oppress us and we have no rights, it's still okay because we're not dead. Therefore, we have perfectly fine lives. But, yeah. Let's see if I can find another question in the chat. Somebody said, what do you guys think will happen at the end of Arc 3?
I have like a whole theories video I want to make on it, but I want to wait until at least the 14th book is out because I think the 14th book might seriously change my opinion. But I have a theory that Sky will be the book 15 protagonist, and that the end of Arc 5 or the end of Arc 3 will have to do with like humans and dragons coming together, and the humans are gonna like have information on the Breath of Evil and stuff.
I totally forgot about Sky, actually. What do you guys think of Sky? He's a really interesting character.
I like him. I think he's cute, but I worry a little bit right now that he's going to be too much like Blue. So I think that there needs to be some differentiation between him and Blue.
I think it's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for the next book to see if he gets to meet Peril and the Dragonets of Destiny. I know Moon and Cricket, if they ever meet, are going to absolutely love him, like talking to him and seeing his point of view.
Yeah, that will be really cool.
Them. So I'm really excited for the next
Cricket
book
especially, yeah.
That, and also to see how they interact with a scavenger that can talk to dragons, which is really cool. So
yeah, Tui said for sure that like the scavengers are going to play a bigger role, and she said that people from Dragon Slayer are going to be in book 14, so I look forward to that.
Ooh. Because I wonder also, there's a very cryptic ending to Dragon Slayer with the king saying that they're going to find Sky and the girl. I forgot what her name is. So I wonder how that's going to come into play and if it'll actually affect the plot of the 14th book. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
I don't know if it will, like, because Tui said that she was, like, I think she said she would address that in Dragon Slayers 2. If she does return to that cliffhanger. But I know for sure that, I don't know, like, if there will be, but she said that if she addresses that, it probably will be in a Dragon Slayers 2. But, like, I do think that for sure the Dragon Slayers characters will play an important role, because Tui already, like, specifically said that she wrote Dragon Slayers because she needs to know the backstory of those characters in order to finish the main series. And, like, she compared it to Darkstalker Legends and how she needed to write Darkstalker Legends before finishing Arc 2. So I think, so if the Dragon Slayers characters are going to be that important for like the rest of the arc, then yeah, they're going to be pretty important, right? If they're as important as Darkstalker was.
I should go read Dragon Slayer again. Wow. That sounds scary. Jeez. Okay. What was the saddest Wings of Fire death for you two?
I mean, it wasn't really a death, but definitely the saddest moment was when Clearsight put Darkstalker to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Or-
I
or
actually
moment, yeah.
teared up at that, which, like, I very, very rarely, like, ever,
Oh wow.
like, tear up when I'm reading books. Because most
You-
books just
you
don't
do
really
have
affect me.
emotions. You do actually have emotions, yay.
Oh, yeah,
Glad
shocking.
to hear that. Shocking, yes. So surprising.
I mean, I just don't care about, like, a lot of characters don't really
Mm-hmm.
get my sympathy, because I'm like, well, you acted stupidly, so I don't really care if you die now.
Wow, savage.
I am.
Jeez. So mean. Ebony, what about you? What was the saddest moment in Wings of Fire? Probably gonna be the ending of Darkstalker
Yeah,
too, because you
because she
said,
said she got depressed.
yeah.
I did, but I don't have. I don't know. Like, it's a character. It's like when you have to realize that it's time to let go of a character. Well, Darkstalker here is a special case because you return later, but it's just that you're not wrong. I do find like the idea of it really sad because like imagine waking up like 1,000 years later and then just finding nobody else in the world. No, you don't know anyone else in the world, and the dragons that you once know, they already died. So it's
Well, Fosai
That
didn't.
is really
We found
sad.
out later.
well,
Yeah,
making
but
me
he doesn't
sad
know
now.
that.
You're making me sad now. This is sad.
it's the truth.
Let's see. So it said, I really don't want dragons and humans to come together.
Oh yeah, a lot of people are really against the dragon and human thing, which I think is
I think
fair
that's definitely gonna
because
be- yeah.
like Wings of Fire has been a really unique series in that it was about the dragons and not about the humans. Like every other series with dragons and humans, like sure they might be good, like Temeraire's really good, Dragon Riders of Pern is good, but they all have dragons and the humans are the main characters. The dragons are like the sidekicks. But the Wings of Fire is unique in that it's about the dragons, so I can see why people would be upset about more humans being involved.
I do remember that. I'm pretty sure at the signing that I went to, Tui said that her inspiration for writing Wings of Fire the way it is, with the dragons as the main character, was because she saw so many books that had the dragons as the side characters or as something evil that the hero had to defeat. And she wanted to know what it would be like from the dragon's perspective.
Mhm.
And so she decided to write Wings of Fire.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
she does like a lot of the other, like, the other books I named,
Mhm.
like Dragon Riders of Pern and Temeraire, I know she's read.
Yes.
So she's definitely
What
well aware of the other tropes that exist.
Okay. Oh, do you guys like Pokemon actually?
I do. I'm actually playing Pokemon music right now.
Everyone, do you
In the
like
background.
Pokemon, or have you heard of it?
Ebony?
Me?
Yeah.
I heard of it. I used to play this game where you walk around and catch Pokemons, but
Pokemon Go.
yes, but I deleted it because
It's hard to
using
keep
up
up with.
cellular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play
Okay, 'cause
Pokemon Go a
someone
lot
asked-
too, but then it kept on messing my schedule because I'd have to I'd see that there's a raid, I had to jump in my car and run to the raid, and it was just destroying my life. So I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Because someone asked, what's your guys' favorite Pokemon?
My favorite's Charizard, which I know is a super lame answer because that's a lot of people's favorites, but I at least have the power to say that I played Pokemon since it was first released in the United States.
Oh wow.
So I played it since I was 4 and 3, so
I was gonna say, what's that,
yeah,
30
my
years ago?
first starter was Charmander, and Charizard was my homeboy, and he was an OG, so I love him. And I know that's really common for a lot of people, but I also
about
really
you,
like Lugia because of nostalgia.
Oh yeah.
When Pokemon
Lugia's
2000 came out, I was it's a really old movie about Lugia, but I was obsessed. See, people are all talking about these newfangled Pokemon, which yeah, I know what the Pokemon are, but guys, I've been here since the old days, okay?
Yeah, you're an old person.
Have you guys seen the movie about
There's
Pokemon?
movies. Well, there's
There's
lots of
many
movies.
movies. Which movie? Which of the 20
there
to
one-
30 Pokemon movies are
The
you referring to?
Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh,
no.
yeah, I saw that one. It's actually surprisingly good. I mean,
I haven't seen
I
it.
like that one.
it's not great, but Ryan Reynolds, he does a good job.
I've never seen it
That's
actually.
good.
So,
It's pretty nice.
oops. I missed out on that.
It's a nice, lighthearted movie. I would definitely suggest it. Like, if
There's
you...
lots of memes about it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. It's very popular in memes. Let's see. What's your favorite Pokemon, Ebony? You never answered.
I don't have one. I don't know anything. I don't know much about Pokemons.
Pikachu.
That's probably the only Pokemon I know, but I'm not sure if I like it very much. I do like the Eevee one though. It's really cute.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Pikachu because it's cute. So, let's see. More questions. Yeah, send us more questions, people. We need topics for the 15 minutes that we have left.
Oh, we don't have very much time left. Do you have to go at 2:15 or 2:30?
2:15, yeah, sorry.
Oh no, dang, okay.
But it's been a really fun stream so far, though.
It has. It's been a good stream. Oh, did you guys have anything interesting happen to you during quarantine? We never got to talk about our quarantine stories.
Oh yeah, you guys go first. Mine is lame.
I mean, so quarantine was like, it was a really nice break for a while, because like in April and March, basically, we were all just told to stay home from school and like lab. So we basically just got to sit at home doing whatever we feel like, which was really nice. But I have an interesting quarantine story. So like, since people started, since quarantine, people have been getting takeout a lot more lately.
Oh yeah.
And like, that means a lot of people have been getting like Grubhub and like delivery services as well and stuff like that. So like, just the other day, I had a knock at my front door and I went to go look at it, and there was just this random bag of food that I had not ordered in front of my front door. So I was like, oh, okay. And I picked it up and I looked at it, and it was a hamburger. It was like a burger and fries from Five Guys, okay? For people who don't know what Five Guys are, it's like a hamburger, cheeseburger joint in the United States that's like pretty good and pretty popular.
I actually went to them yesterday, actually, which is really funny.
Yeah, so I had this like random, I did not order it. So I had this random Five Guys burger and fries, nice and hot, placed in front of my door. And I'm like, I looked at it and there's no receipt. So I was like, should I eat this? But if I eat it, and it's like, I was like, literally this is like a gift from God, this free cheeseburger and fries. But at the same time, I'm like, if I eat it and it's poisoned and I die, then I'm going to be the dumbest person in the world for doing this. So in the end, I did not eat it, but it was very tempting because I was like, oh my God, it's free.
So tempting food. Wow, that is interesting.
I mean, I'm sure it was probably an incorrect delivery, but yeah. But you know, on the off chance somebody poisoned it and just wanted to leave it in front of my front door just to like kill a random person, I'd be like, and I ate it and then I died, I'd be like, if I read that story on the news, I'd be like, oh God, you're so stupid for eating random food that was put in front of your house.
Oh, wow.
It reminds me of the scene from like Harry Potter when Harry and Ron put cupcakes on the stairs and then Crabbe and Goyle eat the cupcakes. It's like you have to be very stupid to fall for this.
This may be an unpopular opinion, but I don't actually like Harry Potter, so.
That's surprising, but I don't think it's that unpopular of opinion. I really like Harry Potter, but to each their own.
I mean, every person that I've talked to about that was like, oh my God, you have to read it.
I mean, if you say that you don't like it without reading it, I don't think that's good. Like, you should.
I've read.
I don't think you can say you don't like something without reading it. But if you've read the first book and you don't like it, then you know it's fine. We can, like, I like it, but it's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
I might read it sometime. I think it's interesting, but I just didn't really like the movies. So I was like, nah.
Oh, the movies aren't like the first and second movie I really like, but the rest of the movies are pretty bad actually. So.
I think that was the
one thing that Harry Potter is, it's a good idea, like it's creative. But one thing I don't really appreciate about the movie is that they seem to, like, as the movie goes on, like the first and second movie, it's more like open to all audiences, like for children and for adults. But then for like as the movie goes on, like to the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh movie, and it's just became more and more like children, like unfriendly. I don't know why. It just became more like dark.
I think it's because J.K. Rowling sort of wrote the book knowing that people were growing up while reading the book, so she wanted the books to get darker and more adult as like people grew up while reading them. Because the books also get darker too, but I agree that it loses some of its charm because of that.
Yeah,
I've heard a little bit about those, and they do seem a lot like I don't know if it's worse is the correct word, but they definitely seem a lot sadder and more depressing than the original books.
I don't mind the darkness and the sad part. I mind the like weird romance stuff.
Oh,
it's
no.
very uncomfortable.
Oh, you know what's interesting? Even though I don't like Harry Potter, I've seen The Cursed Child in theaters in London on release day.
Okay, Cursed Child's terrible, but
the play. It was actually a
how
really
was
good
it?
play.
I heard that the special effects were really good, but the actual
special effects were
content of the
amazing.
play is like hot garbage.
The special effects were amazing. Yeah, I don't know about the actual plot, but the special effects was what made it.
I really want to see The Cursed Child, but yeah, the plot is like hot garbage. But yeah, I really want to see it actually in the theater just to see it.
It is good. I would recommend it, especially if you can find some cheap tickets. I mean, don't sit in the front row because you might get a little singed, if you know what I'm saying. But,
I mean, hey, if you don't like Harry
effects are
Potter
really
and you
good.
enjoyed it, then yeah, that's a good
it has
thing.
to be good. And I've also been on the train, the Hogwarts train, on the actual bridge where it was shot.
Oh,
pretty cool.
nice. You're talking about the one. You're talking about the one in Florida.
It's a viaduct. Is it in Florida? I don't know. It's the place where it was actually shot, the movie.
Oh no. Okay,
Over
never
the-
mind. No,
over
no,
the
no. The
viaduct.
movie was
Pretty
shot
sure it's in
in
Europe.
in Europe somewhere. I thought you were talking about like the one at the theme parks in Florida,
No, I don't think it's there.
which is also really
And-
fun. But
I've also been to the cafe where she wrote the first book, so that's cool. I
wow,
still
for
don't like
somebody
Harry
who
Potter.
doesn't actually like Harry Potter, you've taken quite the Harry Potter tour. I've got to say.
This wasn't all like specifically for Harry Potter. A lot of this was just side things that we did on other trips. So, but yeah,
That's
It's
hilarious.
interesting. Yeah, we gotta wrap up the stream soon. Wow, it's already been 90 minutes.
Wait, Ebony, have you read Harry Potter at all, other than like finding the movies depressing?
I did, but I didn't finish them.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, because the books also get a lot more dulled over time.
Yeah.
They definitely get duller. Yeah.
And yeah, more depressing and all that.
Oh yeah, Ebony, what's your quarantine story? We got sidetracked.
We did. We always do.
We always do.
I did have more time to animate,
Mhm.
and it's a bit hard to do stuff in quarantine. It's been, it's a bit hard, and it was a challenge, but it's also a new experience, so that's good.
It is like, it's hard mentally to be stuck inside, no
It
fresh air,
really
and not
is,
seeing
yeah.
anybody. But it also gives you a lot of new opportunities that we never had before. Like I've had so much free time to edit that I've
Exactly.
gotten bored. It's pretty amazing, especially when you look at what other people are doing in quarantine as well.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
like, it's hard because you can't see your friends and stuff, but at the same time, like, it's given me so much more time, which I appreciate
Yeah.
very, very much.
Me too.
I feel the need to comment on can't see your friends. It's actually me feeling like it's just a fun fact. I actually feel the opposite. It's like because like I don't really mind not seeing my friends because like of the fact I can still talk to them through like social media. And weirdly, it's actually much more relaxing to talk to them through social media and not seeing in real life. I don't know why.
I think that sometimes talking to your friends in real life, you can be very pressuring. Like, for example, if they if they come and talk to you at school and they're like, "Oh, Ebony, I have this problem. Like, I like this guy, but he doesn't like me. Oh, please listen to my issues." Like, you're like, I don't really want to listen to these issues, but you're forced to because like you're like, oh, I have to be nice to them and understanding. So you're forced to like listen to stuff you don't really care about. Whereas on social media, you could be like, I have to go. Bye.
Nah, just make up excuses.
Oh,
But-
That was a very specific situation.
That was just the
Yeah,
first thing I
like-
could think of. I've had to deal
We
with
ha-
this a lot in high school, okay? It's annoying.
Wait, really? Because it never happened to me before because apparently I'm a pretty bad, well, not pretty bad listener, but we don't never had these issues before, so
Or my
that's...
friends would fight with each other and they'd be like, if you talk to the other girl, then you can't be my friend anymore. It's like,
Bio was so popular in high school.
no, I wasn't popular. It's just that, you know, I had friends and they fought sometimes and it was annoying. I'm sure I fought sometimes too, and I was also annoying, I'm sure.
Yes, bad child. We're
That's,
so
that's actually pretty
wild.
interesting.
But like online,
really?
you're not forced to give your total attention to someone, which is like,
Oh yeah,
you know,
that's
it's
even
like
better.
people don't have to demand that you pay full attention to them, which I think is like pretty arrogant of them.
Yeah, especially because in real life, it's not like you can like escape or do something else while you're talking because that would be rude. But online, this is kind of specific, but for me, I can just watch YouTube on my other monitor and come chat with them on the side.
Exactly, yeah. It's not like I can totally understand. Like I think for me, like I value touch and like hugging my friends and like hanging out with them on the couch and stuff like too much that I would prefer to hang out with them in real life, but like I also like I think there's a lot of benefits to like talking to your friends online too.
Oh, there definitely is.
Because
Especially
yeah,
because
the
you
things
can
that we just
also-
talked about.
You can also play games with them as well, which is also really fun. And that's definitely something you can't do as easily IRL because you know they might not have two controllers or a multiplayer console or whatever. They
Yeah.
might only have a computer. But if you're online at your house, you can play games with them, which is really fun. I've done that a lot.
That's true, yeah.
I play like War Thunder with my friends sometimes, or Rocket League, and that's always really fun. Especially Minecraft too. Minecraft I've been playing a lot in quarantine with my friends mostly. But yeah, I probably have to go now because I have something at 11:30 that I need to get out of the
jeez.
house for.
Alright, well we can probably stop the stream then. I think that we've had a pretty good stream. Yeah, it actually has felt shorter than I thought it would be, but like in terms of like the time went by really fast, but I think it was a good stream.
I definitely went shorter than I thought I was going to be, but also it's because I had a lot of fun, so.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
It's fun.
close up the stream here then, I think.
Yes, we hit 100 minutes, so that's a good
Yeah, that's
ending
good.
point.
Alright, thanks for joining everybody. Hopefully we can do another group stream soon, but
Oh, we definitely will.
for us in the United States, we have Thanksgiving next week, so there's probably not going to be very much activity from
On
me, at
any of our
least.
channels.
Yeah, I don't know about Ebony because Ebony doesn't have Thanksgiving, but
Yes.
Because I study in American school, so we do have St. Thanksgiving.
oh wow,
Oh, yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, take care, everybody. We're gonna
Yes.
sign off.
Farewell. Adios.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Mhm.